I'm still at the top, and I'm still, undefeated. I'm still a 4-weight world champion, a 2-time undisputed champion, 2-time ESPY award winner, fighter of the year. Like, what more can you ask for Terence Crawford?
Terence Crawford. Is this the end of the road for Bud Crawford? Is retirement imminent for Terence Bud Crawford if he don't get Canelo Alvarez? It's your boy, Mr. 926, a.k.a. Bushido the Dragon, a.k.a. the Black Mage, a.k.a. I could just do this all day, the 2-time demonetized champion of the world.
I need y'all to get the likes up, man. Get the likes up.
Check it out, man. Bud Crawford is looking like Turk Alashiki and Canelo Alvarez were in conversation about having this fight with Terence Crawford. Canelo Alvarez very well may revisit this situation, and we very well may get that fight between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford. Either Crawford or Benavidez, right? According to Turkey Alashiki, he had a conversation with Canelo about Crawford and Benavidez. Will we get either one of those guys? I will imagine Canelo Alvarez will pick Terence Crawford over Benavidez because, I don't think he even feels he can beat David Benavidez. That's just my opinion, right? But Terence Crawford, he may feel that he has something over Bud, and of course, that's the obvious, the weight, the size. He's a bigger guy naturally than Terence Bud Crawford. Not bigger in height or arm length or anything like that, but bigger in weight. So I think Canelo Alvarez will lean more towards a fight with Terence Bud Crawford. But Turkey Alashiki seems to believe that Terence Crawford don't want to fight anybody else but Canelo Alvarez. And he says this, quote, "I don't think Crawford will fight anyone except Canelo. We will give him an offer for Virgil Ortiz, but I don't know if he'll take it or not. We have an agreement to do a big fight for Ortiz if Crawford doesn't take the fight." So Ortiz has a big fight on the table if Crawford isn't interested in Virgil Ortiz. Of course, we know Virgil Ortiz was supposed to fight Crawford on a couple of different occasions. WBO mandatory. He opted to not really go the Crawford route for whatever reason. Turkey Alashiki seems to want to make that fight. In February, we're hearing rumors that William Zepeda pushed back his fight with Shakur Stevenson to February. Shakur Stevenson likely will be fighting Joe Cordina, super featherweight IBF champion Joe Cordina in the meantime, until William Zepeda finds his nuts. So, yeah, we're hearing rumors that Shakur and Zepeda will be the co-main event of a potential fight between Crawford and Virgil Ortiz. However, Turkey Al-Sheikh don't believe that Crawford really wants that fight. In my opinion, based off of Crawford's one of his more recent interviews after the fight with Israel Mijamov, it seems to me like Crawford is kind of done. It seems like Crawford ain't really too interested in fighting anybody outside of Canelo Alvarez, and that's just really what it is. He's been doing this shit a long time. And like I showed you guys in my stories last night, I was watching Crawford's old fights. Top Rank had a Terence Crawford marathon, 3 hours of Terence Crawford. I sat back and watched some of Bud's earlier fights. And yeah, the guy came a long, long way from what he is today. You just see him being a young guy to the guy that he is today. It's just like Crawford probably is about ready to hang him up, right? You got to think back. The Gamboa fight was 10 years ago now. Both fighters was 23-0 with 16 knockouts. That was a long time ago. And now, fast forward 10 years later, pound for pound king, one of the best fighters in the sport, Hall of Famer, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But I think this is the end of the road for Terence Crawford. I don't think he's interested in boots neither. Turk Alashiki mentioned that the Crawford Boots fight, he don't even seem to be interested in that fight anymore for whatever reason. I'm not quite sure. I'm hearing things that, Boots will have to come up to 54. And really, that's what he needs to do anyway. Crawford's not going to come down to 47 to see you, bro. And this is why I don't really believe that Boots and these guys really want that fight like they say they were. This is what boxing is today, you guys. These younger, up-and-coming guys got to kind of attach their name to some of the guys, some of their seniors, to kind of get their name out there. Now, whether they fight these guys or not is moot. Boots Ennis don't necessarily got to fight Terence Bud Crawford to have a great career in his own right. However, Crawford himself seems to only want to fight Canelo Alvarez. And I say, why not? Right? You see some fans say he don't deserve a fight. Oh, the Mijamov numbers flopped, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I mean, come on, bro. How often are we going to sit here and knock these fighters for them not being able to draw on a a stressed out pay-per-view market. I mean, the pay-per-view market has been a thing of the past. I'm not quite sure why a lot of his stuff is still on pay-per-view, but they got to pay per view. I'm not quite sure why this is still a thing, except for the big fights. Fights like Canelo Crawford is a fight that's pay-per-view worthy and a fight that's going to generate some type of numbers, right? Most of your fighters today, unless it's a guy like Spencer Crawford that's been built up over the years that fans got an attachment to, it's not going to sell well. That's just what it is, bro. That's just what it is. But is this the end of the road for Bud, y'all? Because I have a feeling if Terence Crawford don't get the Canelo fight, he might just go ahead and walk away. He don't seem too interested in any other fights. I don't think any other fight right now really truly interests Terence Crawford. And unless it's a unification at 54, which could possibly take some time, especially dealing with the IBF. I don't think he's too interested in waiting around for that either. So I think it's Canelo or bust for Terence Bud Crawford. We go see, man. Canelo has to fight Edgar Berlanga, the meaningless, pointless fight. I'm not quite sure why that fight's happening, but it's happening. So we got to sit here and endure Canelo's beating up on Berlanga for however long that lasts. And then after that, I'm going to be looking to see if Canelo Alvarez is going to fight either A, Terence Bud Crawford, or B, the Mexican monster Benavidez. That's what I'm looking to see Canelo Alvarez in the ring with next. Anybody else, don't want to see it. Anybody else, don't even deserve to fight. So, yeah, that's my thoughts on it. I do think retirement is imminent for Terence Bud Crawford, man. So we better enjoy this guy while we got him. I don't think we got too many more fights left for Terence Bud Crawford. I say if he don't got the Canelo Alvarez fight and he decides to stick around, he probably have 1 or 2 more fights left in him. If he fights Canelo Alvarez, you best rest assured that is it for Terence Bud Crawford. And if he don't get Canelo Alvarez at all, and if he's not feeling like really dealing with anything else that comes with this, he'll probably walk away from the sport for good. But tell me what you guys think. Is retirement imminent for the mighty Terence Bud Kumite Crawford? Like, subscribe, holla at your boy. Peace out.